Welcome back to another News in General live stream, and tonight we're joined with Jason Goyette and myself, Cole Trooper. We got a bunch of things to talk about tonight, like how the police warrantly barged into a home and killed a pet bird, a solution to the police, these down control police, and much more. So, Jason, you got anything to say?
Oh man, yeah, we got some announcements first. Not really announcements. I just want to discuss before we get into the topics. Basically, where I want news in general to be within this year, like where I want to what do I want to accomplish, and I wrote them down here. There's only three. I'm sure Cole has some as well, and he'll probably agree with some of these things here. Number one is get more writers, reporters, and team members, whether it's guest articles or a full-time writer. If you'd like to know what the requirements are to be either, just message us or email us at futuretechideas13@gmail.com. That is futuretechideas, all one word, 13@gmail.com. Number two would be to invest in more advertising. And number three is find sponsors and investors for the website and the show so we can provide better content and not only build our following, but also that of the sponsors and investors. So with that being said, do you agree with all those, Cole? Do you think that's a good target for news in general?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into the first article, I believe.
All right about now. So police warrantlessly barge into a home and kill pet bird. Found in New York. Evelyn Lugo, who's 57, was enjoying a Labor Day barbecue in 2012 before the police came in, crashed the party, and killed the family's pet bird. Lugo's son was taking the trash outside when he was stopped and questioned by police. The police wanted to know about an orange cone that had been placed in front of the house on the street. It had been placed there to reserve a parking space. The police wanted to see his identification. He refused, saying that he had done nothing wrong. An officer grabbed his arm, but he managed to get away and went back to the house. The police weren't too happy with this, and they responded by smashing the first floor windows of the house and called more officers to the scene. Now, when Lugo, the mother opened the door to see who was there, the police threw her out of the way and charged into the house, looking for her son, who had refused to give officers his identification. During this warrantless search, an officer knocked down a bird cage, and the bird fell out. And when Lugo seen the bird on the floor, she responded. She screamed, "The bird!" In response, the officer said, "Fuck the bird," and then stepped on the bird, killing it. George Lugo, Lugo's other son, and family friend, Luis Ortega, both suffered head injuries after being struck on the head with batons. Lugo's daughter suffers from asthma and had difficulty breathing after police used pepper spray. Now, a lawsuit has been filed which alleges unlawful search and seizure, excessive force, and malicious prosecution. Now, I guess maybe he did make a mistake by running from officers, but do you think smashing windows, pepper spraying people, throwing people out of the way, hitting them with batons, and all that was an appropriate response?
Hell no, in my opinion.
Yeah, what do you think of that one, Jason?
Well, like you said, him throwing down the bird, or stepping on the bird cage getting knocked over, that was an accident. But him stepping on it and saying "fuck the bird," that wasn't an accident. He obviously knew.
You have to wonder, he says "fuck the bird" and then he steps on the bird, killing it. That made you have to wonder.
Yeah. Did he look down at the bird, see him on the ground, and say "fuck the bird" and then step on him, or was he like "fuck the bird" and then walk around and accidentally stepped on him and killed him?
Well, that's a good question. Yeah.
That's one of the things. Also to note, was the officers, any of the officers, like on administrative leave or paid leave or anything like that for all the stuff that happened with the kids and the other people that was in the house?
Well, when you wrote the article, I don't think anything happened to the officers yet.
Well, do you think there's an investigation at least?
Well, there probably is, with.
I mean, hell, with this article right here, the article that you wrote, there's enough to look to see if this guy was doing the right thing with killing the bird and then throwing all these people around. One of them has asthma. And spraying pepper spray. I mean, hitting with batons. Yeah, head trauma. We've got head injuries here as well.
Well, from what we know, I think the police could have handled this a lot differently. Because remember, they were there because of an orange cone.
Yeah, whoop-de freaking.
Not because these were criminals. Not because this was some big gang.
Yeah.
Because it was an orange cone on the road to reserve a parking spot.
What the hell justifies that? How do they
So
have the right to go in
it's not
and
really a
search the house?
crime, so why did they even need to see identification?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, the kid's gonna run and get scared. Why the cops here? Maybe he's has a little gram of marijuana or whatever, and he might be afraid of that. But for them to go through all this crap, I mean, get beaten with a baton, getting pepper sprayed, and your sister or your daughter has asthma, and killing your the probably I bet it was a mother's bird too, killing the mother's
I
bird
believe it
most
was,
likely.
yeah.
Yeah, because my mom has a bird too, so that's why I said that. Um, that is insane. I think there should be an investigation. I think these people should sue. I think they should try to sue them for the bird, loss of the
Well,
bird,
I'm reading here on the internet.
and the head injuries as well.
Apparently, you don't have to show ID to a police officer in New York.
Yeah. No. There's certain states that you do have to show identification.
Mm-hmm.
But I know New York. I think New York isn't one of them where you don't have to show
What
ID.
I'm seeing here, yeah, no.
Yeah.
So, but even then,
so people like I think we talked about this before, Cole. Remember? We talked about having to show ID with Chris Call.
Yeah, that's right.
Do we have to show ID at all times? And he says in certain states you do, and yeah, that's exactly right. And New York wasn't one of them. So that kid did the right thing. He didn't, he didn't have to show anything. So the cops were there for no reason. A stupid cone.
The only part that I think he made a mistake in is where he ran away from the cops.
Yeah, he ran away, but he was not under any. He was not a suspicious character. He could run away. I mean, there's no law. There's no. Yeah, it does. But there's no law saying when a cop approaches you, you have to stay put right there and don't move. You can do whatever the hell you want to.
But no. But it's still common knowledge you shouldn't run from them.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah, it's common knowledge.
You run from them, you do look suspicious.
Yeah. Next thing you know, freaking don't talk back, don't cuss at them. I think some cops arrest people for cussing at them. Actually, I've heard stories of that. I've heard stories of that.
If you look at them the wrong way.
Yeah, I heard stories of that. But it's not illegal to cuss at a cop and call him names. It's not illegal to do that. Unless if you're gonna say I'm trying to kill you or something like that. Yeah, then there you go.
But I think they could have.
They could have totally, yeah. They
could have knocked on the door.
You got a cone out here. I'm gonna beat you with a baton and spray pepper spray all over, and then kill your bird and say fuck.
Throw you out of the way, kill your pet bird. Say fuck the bird, because police. Remember this that badge. They think it grants them extra rights. Exactly.
I really want to mention this because I just met this new YouTuber. He is actually a MP, a military police officer, I believe. His wife is serving in Iraq right now. Or Afghanistan, I think it was, and he was in the service as well, and he's going to retire next year. But anyways, besides the point, he totally disagrees with what the police are doing. He believes that they're being militarized. The police are being militarized, and this is inside. This is a guy who was in the military, so and his wife is as well. And he's sitting there telling you guys this, telling me this. So I just want to get a big shout out to him in this show. I know it's kind of weird, but Brayhawk Tech, really cool guy, and hopefully we could get him on the show sometime.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think the police did overreact in this one.
Get his opinion, but also I think the thing is military police can't, or anyone in the military, they can't talk about certain things to the public or whatever. They have different things on freedom of speech and stuff. They can't say what they really want to say, basically.
I'm not sure about that, but yeah, in this case, the police could have reacted totally different.
Yeah, he would definitely have something to say on this, man, because. I mean, but
they started smashing windows.
What? Over a damn cone?
Because he ran away from officers. They started smashing windows. They, like I said, threw the mother out of the way when she opened the door.
That's why I said sue. Lawsuit.
Yeah, and there is a lawsuit. They probably will win. After all that, they came there and terrorized a family over orange cone. Oh,
exactly.
Protecting and serving right there.
It's ridiculous.
They were just enjoying a barbecue. And the police come down and they put an end to that.
Man, New York. What are you going to do?
There you go. But moving on to... Oh, wait. Listen, iPad. But, anything else you want to say on that?
Fucked up situation.
There you go. How would you feel if you were terrorized by police because you dare put an orange cone
First
in.
thing, this probably wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have ran if this happened to me.
No,
I
but
mean, I wouldn't have
are the
ran
police even there for that?
for a cone in the
That doesn't
road.
sound like a police
No.
matter.
They come with freaking SWAT gear on. You got a cone in your driveway. I'm gonna freaking bash in your house, and yeah,
I
you got
it
nothing
doesn't.
better to do.
I don't think it's even a police matter. This doesn't
No,
hear it.
no.
There's plenty of
What
bylaw
type of
officers
cone
down
was
here.
it? Just like a construction cone, like
Yeah, there's something a little
reserving
bylaw.
it for a
Yeah,
parking space? I think you said he was.
yeah, just on the road. Just
Yeah.
nothing, not really bothering anyone.
These cops were looking for something. They were out searching. They had to have been because to arrest somebody and burst in their house and kill their bird and all that crap that they've done, just for over a damn cone, just because the
Yeah.
kid ran away too. Like he ran away. Yeah. How old was he? Was he in his teens? I think you said.
I'm not sure. He might have been.
He obviously has, he lives with his mom and stuff and his sister
Yeah.
there, so he might be a younger kid, so he probably panicked. Yeah,
Well, most people, a lot of people panic. Think about it. When was
exactly.
the last, like, how often do you feel safe with a police officer in your presence?
Anymore, I used to be real safe, feel safe, but nowadays, no,
Did you feel safe if a cop came up to you?
no. And I think it was more than one cop too, so.
Yeah, yeah, and they
Yeah.
called down more cops.
Yeah.
Because,
We gotta back up. We need backup. We got a orange cone out in front of this house, and this kid
real
ran in his
dangerous
house.
individual, man.
Oh yeah, he's suspicious. We gotta
Like,
go and
In
kill
New
his bird
York,
and all that.
in New York of all places, couldn't they have spent
Exactly.
their resources elsewhere?
Oh, freak yeah.
Preventing actual crimes?
Exactly. There you go. All the
Murders,
burglaries and
know?
car thefts in Bronx, New York, and all that. Well, was this in New York, or was this in? I forget where was this at?
It was further out, but I do want to move into the next story here.
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead. I could rant on about that forever.
Police militarization.
Okay, police militarization.
Citizens concerned after California Police Department acquired a former military truck. The Salinas Police Department's latest acquisition has seen mixed reaction from its citizens on its Facebook page. The police department recently acquired a former military truck that was used in training exercises, according to the Daily Mail. The truck is worth more than $650,000, but the Salinas Police Department received the truck for free thanks to a government program which allows the military to give military equipment to police departments. On the department's Facebook page, a photo of the truck was posted. Many people left comments on the photo, some happy with the acquisition, others concerned about the militarization of police. Well, and now we're going to take a look at some comments from some people. One person said, a $650,000 tank with a 50 caliber machine gun turret on the top is not a rescue vehicle, it is a machine of war. Why are small town police being militarized? I cannot recall a time when a person in distress needed a SWAT team to show up and rescue them with a tank.
Exactly.
Another person said, they didn't really refer to this rolling death machine as a lifesaver, did they? And another person, this continues. Seriously, I'm tired of seeing my freedoms taken away for security, and if you ask what freedoms are they taking away with this, well, let me answer your question with the question. Who do you call when the police are criminals? What happens when the American people are finally try to take back the country from the corrupt, and we're up against this?
I love that.
It is our right and duty to throw off an oppressive, corrupt government. Obviously, this person definitely concerned with the militarization of police and the out-of-control government in general.
Absolutely.
Another person says, this vehicle scares the hell out of me. Why do we need it? Name one incident in the past 10 years that would have required a vehicle to accomplish this job. So I guess, this is a town, too. This isn't a big city. This is a town.
Exactly. Yeah, a small town.
Mm-hmm.
Will the end of the world start with this small town? Will the end of humanity as we know it start with this small town or at this small town?
I don't know about that, but Police Chief Kelly McMillan responded to all the comments people left on the department's Facebook page with this. I have been reading with great interest the comments of those who feel strongly about this vehicle and the implications it has as regards to the policing of Salinas. I hope this article makes my position clear. Every man and woman in the Salinas Police Department took an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. We take that oath seriously. I thank God we live in a country where we can have this conversation, challenge each other, and challenge the government on how it does its job. Even though I may not agree with all of you, thanks for having a civil discussion.
Good.
Well, I guess he's saying he supports the militarization of police.
Yeah, that's where it looks like he's going towards.
The truck weighs 37,000 pounds and can carry 8 to 10 officers. It also protects against.
Well, this is a rescue vehicle.
Right. Yeah. That could probably drive through your house.
There you go.
It also protects against all handgun rounds, rifle rounds up to 50 caliber, and rocket-propelled grenades.
Oh yeah, we're coming to rescue you with grenades and 50 cal on the top, guys.
Now, I guess they've been in desperate need of a new truck since the 1986 Darwin money carrier they had was riddled with various problems and didn't provide adequate protection and so on. But don't you think if you can carry money in the damn thing, it'd be okay for this? I don't know. I don't think you need protection against a rocket-propelled grenade on the streets in town.
No.
I guess it also has an observation deck, which gives police some sort of unique vantage point and allowed them to catch a suspect that was running away from police that was, a few blocks away from them.
Also, it's multiple purposes this vehicle serves.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposedly a rescue vehicle, but it also going to take down your house too.
Oh, you can take on a lot of things with this thing.
Yeah.
Now, the big question is, do police really need vehicles designed for war on the streets of America? Even Obama has said that weapons of war have no place on our streets. The United States isn't a war zone, but police across the country are using equipment designed for war zones, dressing up like they are in war zones. You see the picture of the officers in front of the truck, and they look like they're military or something.
And there's only one guy with a cop uniform on.
Yeah, I guess he's not.
The rest are all like freaking army camouflaged out.
Yep.
Got the straps on their thighs there, the military boots, the haircuts, the glasses. They're definitely ready for war, man.
Oh yeah.
You look at their faces.
The United States isn't.
We're coming to take your house down.
Yeah, but police across the country, like I said, are using equipment designed for war zones, dressing up like they are in war zones, all for your safety.
And then trying to hide. Oh no, this is for rescue, but yeah, we need a 50 cal and grenade launchers and all this for it.
After a certain point, is it really about keeping you safe? Of course, with police, being out of control across, not just across the United States, but across the world,
Exactly.
Does it make any sense to give them even more power?
Hell no.
A vehicle to terrorize you with?
No, absolutely not.
But the way I see it,
they could have spent that $650,000 on,
Well, they already had the truck, so it just went in for free. They didn't pay a cent for it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, the government program allows the military to give away their trucks now.
Well, they should have gave away ambulances, fire trucks, police cruisers, not freaking this goddamn behemoth of a vehicle.
For your safety, though.
I mean, look how tall it is.
Oh, I know.
We're coming to rescue you.
The way I see it, Jason, weapons of war belong on the battlefield, and the United States of America isn't the battlefield. It isn't a war zone. Maybe it could help. Yeah, maybe it could help protect in certain situations, but
what, a car accident? What's that gonna do? It's gonna drive over the damn car, not even fucking. What is this big ass truck with a 50 cal gonna do to rescue you?
This thing could probably obliterate your car.
You'll be trapped inside the house. It'll just come and drive through the house for you, but you're dead anyways.
And until the police, until there's actual accountability in police, and they once again effectively protect and serve, giving them more power doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Hey Cole, it looks like your video's cut off a bit.
It has.
Yeah. Well, no, your just face is cut off.
Oh, I see. Okay, I forgot about that.
That's right. I also, what was I gonna say? I also want to let you guys know we're not police haters. We're just giving you the news, okay? I know this is a lot of police brutality and police
but that's
mischief.
all the news is.
This is what the real life. This isn't corporate CNN news where we all read the same thing. Other news stories have read off of. Other news organizations. I watched a video. I think it was Conan. Now Conan O'Brien, he exposed the media for what it was. What he did was his whole team got together and he played videos from all different types of news organizations and TV stations. They read off a teleprompter the same exact freaking thing. It was so funny. It was like, what was it? It said something about Conan O'Brien and blah, 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 blah. Conan O'Brien, and it just kept saying that over and over, but it was different news organizations, different news stations saying the same thing. And it was so hilarious. It was so good of Conan to do that. And that was awesome. It was so cool. I'm going to share it out on Facebook on future News in General, on the Facebook on News in General. So I'll share it out there. I'll look at it on YouTube and try to find the video for you guys. But definitely cool.
Yeah, the only thing I'm reading is the stuff off the website. We already wrote it, so. But, yeah, I think this tank is a little overboard. Like, you look at this thing and it says Salinas Police SWAT on the side of it. It's painted all black. I'll admit it looks really nice.
Oh yeah, it's very nice. Exactly, nice and blacked out, and
There it
Looks
is.
very
Yeah.
rescue-y. You know, they're gonna rescue
Yeah.
you with this big ass thing with freaking bars over the windows and
Yeah, they got this thing, and this is for your safety, right?
yep,
Like
there it is.
you've needed lots of these SWAT teams to come down and help you, right?
Look how freaking tall this thing is, man.
Remember, this was designed to be used in Iraq.
Holy cow. Let me adjust something real quick. All right, there you go.
And you remember, I think that's a key word. Design, was supposed to be used in Iraq.
Yep.
Now it's being used on the streets of a town in the United States.
Okay, I want to say something right here. Some of you may disagree with me, but ever since Bush took office, when he became president, that's when I started seeing all this militarization, all this police stuff. And you could say, yeah, that's because of 9/11. But
That's been the excuse for everything.
yeah, but also let's take a look back at 9/11 and look at the conspiracies around that and the possibility of it being an inside job.
Well, I think,
Maybe they caused that to happen in order for this militarization to happen. This excuse basically. All the excuses point back to 9/11 and all that. So.
well, I think the key thing that you should look at now is, so let's look at how many, and I know the numbers too. Guess how many Americans have been killed by terrorists since 9/11?
Not a lot. I know it's
17.
less than. What?
17 Americans have been killed by terrorists.
No. Combine
since
that with
9/11.
combine that with our own
Now.
police force in the United States.
Yeah, I was about to get there. How many think you have been killed by police in the last decade?
Oh, that couple thousand maybe.
5,000.
5,000.
5,000.
Over 5,000.
How many
What
people?
did I heard this.
How many people do you think have been killed in the Iraq War?
Less than 5,000.
4,600. About that.
There you go.
So
there you go.
Let's get this straight. Police kill more people than terrorists do, which of course has always been the big threat. Apparently, terrorists. But
Now is this in the
police are
United States or is this worldwide?
These are just U.S. stats.
There you go. U.S. stats, guys.
For the Iraq War, police have killed more people than American soldiers have died in the Iraq War. So
Yeah, they're happy trigger finger guys. You know?
you gotta wonder there, if the police are killing more than the terrorists, but they're telling you should worry about terrorists,
Yeah.
and this is how they say that they need military trucks and tanks like this because of the terrorists. Yet police kill more than terrorists. You got to wonder that. Like,
Very good
really
thing to bring up here. Very good thing to bring that up. Not all police officers are crooked, if you will. They're not crooked. There are some out there, like a previous article, a previous story that Cole covered, and it's on the website. We got that.
Another good thing about the police too.
The new warrant is: oops, we got the wrong address, or someone called and said you were doing something.
Hey, we'll bust down the doors.
He's doing something over here. I don't know what he's doing. He's looking out the window. He could be plotting. Yeah, he had an orange cone in his yard, eh? That's gonna be the secret word to take down a house now for the police. Oh, he's got an orange cone in his yard. We need to go to his house right now.
No, they send SWAT teams for everything now.
Yeah.
In the 70s in the U.S., SWAT teams were used very seldomly.
Mm-hmm.
Today, they're used thousands of times every year. And
the kid's got a half a gram of marijuana. We have no other information than that. Let's go break down his door and ransack his house.
Even if he has nothing. Remember, they came there because of an orange cone.
But they did find something, though.
No, they didn't find anything.
No?
No, they just started smashing windows and throwing people out of the way because
Are you fucking kidding? I thought they found something.
No, he had nothing.
Holy shit, guys! This is crazy. I'm pissed now. I'm upset at that story because I thought he. See, I'm more now. Now it's more making me more against the police for hearing this. That
you bring up a good thing about the marijuana because a lot of people's lives get destroyed over that.
Yeah.
And of course,
I can't believe this. States. No, Cole, you just like totally made me get angry.
Yes, they were smashing windows and throwing people out of the way.
I thought they found. They like searched the house and found something.
No, there was nothing. He just made the mistake of failing to show ID and then ran from police.
Wow. So that simple mistake, guys, can get your house destroyed basically and your animals killed.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there's thousands of dollars in damage. It's not like police didn't know where he was going. He went into the house. They know where he is. It's not like he was.
They didn't need to go in and the next thing they're gonna, instead of doing that, they're gonna bring this big ass tank. We're gonna have tanks in every police station.
They already bust down your door without knocking.
Man.
No knock raids. They smash down your door, start shooting, And then
Uh,
oh, whoops.
I
Wrong,
believe.
wrong guy.
Hey, Cole. I believe we have a problem here. Uh, Anthrite just posted on Facebook. That's Anthony. He says, "Why is a live show going to be live at 2 a.m.?"
It
Talking
is
about this
live.
live show. Yeah, it's live now. But what was this? Was this? Why does it say that though?
I don't know.
Well, do you have the YouTube
Oh, you know why
open?
it might have done that? Oh, I know why it might have done.
Let me open up YouTube real
I
quick.
know why I did that. No, it's live. I already got it up. But the
Oh,
reason
okay,
I
yep.
did that is I think it may have taken my system time, which, like I said, was screwed up.
Ah, I
And when
see.
I did it, my system time was 1 a.m.
I see. Okay, there you go. There you go, Anthony. Thank you for bringing that up, by the way. He's watching now, so.
Hmm. But back to where we were.
Yep.
Um,
Wait. Quickly mention. Sorry about that. Quickly mention. All the articles will be in the description below, like we always do. So I was
yeah,
gonna tell you guys that. Just check out the article, read more about it, find out, get your own opinions on it, and comment below.
but yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the police do not need this
No.
thing.
One police officer in there. That's all I see.
The rest, you see these wannabe military guys.
Yep. Happy trigger finger, ready to take down anybody if they make the wrong
They
stare
don't
or the
even have to
wrong
get on the
word, say the
damn
wrong
truck.
word. Yeah, they don't even have to get out of it. Yeah, they just plow through the whole damn neighborhood.
Really, it is a tank. It is a
My
truck-like
God.
tank.
I'd love to hear what Brayhawk, the guy I was talking about, thinks about that.
I do not believe they need military
No.
weapons. They're
No.
police. The U.S. is not a war zone.
I think that's why I think they're afraid of they need to be more powerful and have
And
more
police
powerful
departments
tools
here have those.
because the citizens have high powered automatic weapons. Maybe that's what they're thinking is they got to be more powerful than the citizens to have
Yes,
control.
and last time you checked, do you know anybody that has a military tank designed for war in Iraq?
Nope.
You've ever met one of those guys? You went to
Nope.
Walmart and everything, you seen one sitting in the parking lot?
Oh yeah, all the time, Cole, all the time. Holy
Like,
shit, man.
I'm sorry, this is like, rocket-propelled grenades. Yes, your
Yeah,
neighbor has those
RPG.
too.
We heard stories over in Iraq, RPGs. Now that we're gonna be hearing them here in the United
Yeah.
States.
And police departments here have those things too, I'm sure, in Canada.
Yeah.
And neither countries look like war zones. You know? This
What are we gonna
stuff, this shit does not belong on the roads of anywhere in North America.
No, I think the most high-powered gun that a police officer needs or a SWAT team is those AR assault rifles, like AR-15.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what?
Them, that's fine. They're good to go with that. They don't need freaking tanks.
Hey,
RPG.
yeah, if they need to get into your house,
Are
they
we
don't
at
have
war? What's going on?
like, hey, if they need to knock down your door, they don't have to,
No.
walk up to the door anymore. They
No.
just drive right through it.
Yeah. Cranking them gears, run!
And they won't knock down the door; they'll knock down the wall. And like I said, I seen this video a while back of this vehicle like this. They just had this little thing mounted on the front of it, and they
Jeez.
knocked down the door. Right, fair enough. And then they started knocking down the walls.
What with the
With one of these trucks, they had this thing mounted on the
truck.
front. Yeah, they had this thing mounted on the front.
For what reason though? What reason though?
It was just to demonstrate the truck.
Oh yeah, boys. We're gonna implement this in every neighborhood,
They must
man.
have found an empty house or something. But
Yeah.
so they knocked down the door. It's fair enough. They need to get into the house. Fine. Then they start knocking down walls.
Is this a regular like truck or is this like one of these trucks?
One of these trucks, yeah.
Oh Jesus!
Knocking down walls and shit.
Screw the walls. Knock down the whole damn house.
Yeah, actually, they probably could have.
The roof, everything. Take that sucker out.
They'd probably make the thing collapse.
Yeah, we'll take down the roof if it'll collapse.
Like,
You take down the. I think if you take down like certain beams, like support beams outside or whatever, it'll take down everything.
But you know what? You don't have to call a demolition crew anymore. You just call these guys.
Yeah.
They'll
Just
take
call
the
these guys.
for you.
Yep, 911 guys. There you go. Hey, there's a guy in there. He's got a cone, and you need to come take down this house. You need to destroy it with your big tank there.
Well, screw smashing windows. But
Yeah.
we gotta keep going here.
Yeah, exactly.
But they do not need
No.
weapons like this.
No, absolutely not.
Unless, like, you call the police,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes like 3 hours for them to get there, and they come in with a cruiser. Like, even if it's an emergency, they take like another hour. Like, the response times are terrible, anyways. But they come in cruisers, the little Crown Vics or something, or
Yeah,
Chargers. At least they're getting them here. Police forces in the U.S. have had them for quite a while, but they're just getting the dodge charges.
It's only a matter of time, people, before we start seeing Humvees everywhere.
But these things, like, wow. But moving on, Santa facing drunk driving charges in Poland. In a place I can't pronounce in Poland, police are looking to press charges after a drunk Santa and his helper were thrown from their sleigh while drunk. The 51-year-old Santa took a horse-drawn sleigh down a busy road while drunk. At some point, a car horn spooked the horse, and Santa and his 31-year-old helper were thrown from the sleigh into a wall. They were taken to hospital with concussions. Police said they were looking to press charges since they were in control of the vehicle on the roadway, which, while drunk, which we know, of course, illegal pretty much everywhere. Now, before they crashed the sleigh, they attempted to entertain a crowd of children at a local market, and they attempted to get through a few Christmas carols while drunk. Of course, it didn't go very well. Name I can't pronounce, said to the Mirror.
Zizlaw.
Yeah, something like that. Said they were supposed to have been an attraction at the local market, and lots of people were taking their children to go see them. But instead, they saw these two, who were clearly under the influence, behaving like they had just come out of a nightclub or something. Like, don't entertain kids while drunk.
Yeah, great idea. Great idea, Santa.
Like, that's a great way to destroy it.
I don't want cookies and milk. I want Jack Daniels.
Like, that's a great way to destroy some kid's Christmas. Think about it.
Yeah,
some young
exactly.
kid coming over. Oh, I'm gonna go see Santa. And they get this guy that's drunk, and then they go crash the sleigh and get thrown into the wall.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but it just. Who sees that? Where do you?
You know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
Jason, have you ever seen the movie Bad Santa?
Bad Santa. Oh yeah, that's exactly what it reminds me of. Nice one, nice. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good movie, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Good movie.
That's what it reminds me of. I got one
man.
scene where he's coming up the escalator and he's already fallen down and he's just like lying on the escalator. He starts fighting with the styrofoam reindeer.
Don't stop. I'm gonna start laughing this whole damn show because I'm gonna just keep going back to that.
But
man.
It is kind of what it is, but
yeah, I feel sorry for the kids. I wonder how the parents think.
The parents are gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
They take, like, even that guy that quoted that seen it. I'm sure he was pissed. He sounds pretty pissed.
Now wait a minute. Let me see here. Was it just one guy? Was it the same? Oh, his helper too.
Yeah, his helper.
They were both drunk.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
They came in, drunk, and then they crashed their sleigh.
Oh my god. Now. Were these just random people, or was this like?
I think it was something that was set up, and they were.
Yeah.
Like I said, they were supposed to.
They should have checked. They should have known. There should have been somebody in charge of that, and they should have realized. These guys are drunk. Talking to.
Well, I guess if it was organized before, how do you expect? How do you? Predict?
Oh, it was organized, and then a couple hours later.
How do you predict Santa's gonna come in drunk?
Oh god, you watch Bad Santa. You watch Bad Santa. That's how you're going to predict it. You watch Bad Santa. It's possible.
Well, yeah, if in your first meeting with the guy, if he's already swearing and stuff, then
Exactly.
But.
Well, I'm just glad nobody got, seriously hurt or anything.
And
besides the drunk people.
And as well, for the people that say we don't do much international news, see, we do international news.
There you go. Poland. This is from Poland, guys. Let me try and pronounce it. Ustrikach Dolnich, Poland.
Ustrikach
Dolnich, Poland. Ustrikach.
Pretty good.
Dolnich, Poland.
But moving on.
I'm good at that.
Jacob Applebaum can run, but he can't hide. Berlin-based U.S. journalist named Jacob Applebaum, who has ties to WikiLeaks and is actually a respected internet activist as well as a specialist in cybersecurity, has made claims that a series of raids have been taken on his apartment. Jacob Applebaum moved to Berlin because he not only felt unsafe in the United States after being repeatedly held at American airports, but he believes that Germany has better privacy protection, and rightfully so. Yes, they have better privacy protection, and of course, that's why the chancellor there had their phones listened in on.
Yeah.
By the United States. So, maybe they don't spy on their citizens. Maybe that's what he's getting at.
Yeah, that's what he's getting at, yeah.
The Saturday before Christmas, Applebaum sat down for an interview with Berliner Zia Tung. In the interview, Applebaum describes why he believes it to be true that there have been raids on his apartment with possible U.S. involvement. Part of the interview, he says, "When I flew away for an appointment, I installed 4 alarm systems in my apartment," Applebaum said. "When I returned, 3 of them had been turned off. The fourth, however, had registered somebody was in my flat, although I'm the only one with the key. Some of my effects, possessions of which I carefully note, were indeed askew. My computers have been turned on and off. Um, the monitoring pressure has ultimately destroyed my relationship with my girlfriend," he mourned. But even in Germany, Applebaum still feels that he is a target of investigations, he told the paper. "For example, on the 10th of October, there were 2 women trying to get into my apartment. They they pretended that the property management had given them a key to enter because they wanted to rent the apartment. I called property management, and they knew nothing about it and had not issued any such key." Now, why would Applebaum be under surveillance? Well, actually, Jason wrote the article. I'm going to go explain it.
Okay. This is what I say in this article, and I still believe this. I say, well, he is one person in a small circle that has knowledge and access to the data that was recovered by Mr. Snowden. So you tell me, if you had some information from Edward Snowden, would you be worried in buying alarm systems and so on?
I'd be a little concerned, especially
Taking that little extra step, if you had the information Snowden has, would you take an extra step for security?
I think most people would, especially considering how powerful the U.S. is.
Oh, absolutely. I'd be getting the heck out of there. I'd be getting out of the United States. I wouldn't even go to Canada. And that's what he did. He did it right. He went overseas.
Yeah, we have close connections to the U.S.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like our little foreign defense minister, whatever it was, he's like, Stone should just turn himself in. Like, yeah, okay, you're wrong. He shouldn't turn himself in.
And obviously, if your computers are turned on and off, I mean, I think isn't there a way to where you can set your computer to turn off or something like that in Windows? I believe.
And,
I mean, knowing Jacob Applebaum, from his technology background, he knows, that it wouldn't have done that. It wasn't because of that. It was from somebody actually going in and turning it on and off.
You can look in the system too.
Yeah, and also seeing all the stuff askew, and like you said,
you could tell if the system restarted itself.
Yep. I mean, I totally support everything that Edward Snowden's doing. I totally support Jacob Applebaum, Julian Assange.
It's probably a good thing he didn't come to Canada. He's, like I said, our foreign defense minister.
Actually, one of the events took place in Canada.
Yeah.
Where he got held. Yeah. He got held. Yeah, he got held.
The really interesting part though is when our foreign defense ministers, like, they have a fair justice system down there in the U.S. Like, they definitely do. Just like
boy. Holy cow, that's crazy. Why are you up there? Well, hey, I wanted to actually move up there because in a way, Canada, I'd rather live in Canada than the United States.
Yep.
Yep. Honestly, Quebec, mostly Quebec.
They better learn French then.
Well, my family's French, but not only because I like Quebec, but because my family's from Quebec. My grandfather, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of history there. In Montreal,
yeah.
A lot of historical buildings there, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Supposed to be nice place.
He was I think Saint Denis, Quebec.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Never heard of it, but.
Yeah, it's a small little town,
Yeah.
I'd love to go there and visit it.
I think it'd be neat to go there one day.
Oh yeah. But getting back to the story, like I said, we here at News in General support Jacob Applebaum and Edward Snowden. So just on that note, just let you guys know that. Obviously with this story and all the stories we've been writing, you obviously
going back to the U.S. would be a huge mistake. They'd pull him back to the U.S. and probably send him like Guantanamo Bay, waterboard him all the time.
Exactly. I think Edward Snowden and Jacob Applebaum and Julian Assange should all team up and go to a country that is no extradition and very strict privacy laws.
Well, I know
like
in some countries, if you get married, they won't extradite you.
Yep. That's
You can go South America somewhere.
I forget. I'm trying to think of it. Brazil? No.
No, it's some small. Maybe Argentina.
Argentina. Yeah. That's what it is. Maybe. I'm not sure. Not positive on that. But yeah, definitely cool little story. I just wanted to let you guys know that if you hear anything about Jacob Applebaum in the news, then you know that the United States is after him. And well, obviously by this article they are after him, but He was
That's very
speculating.
funny.
You know, this isn't factual evidence. All this stuff, you know, his computer being turned off and stuff being skewed and stuff like that. That's not like hard evidence, you know.
No, no.
But if
This guy
something
had
does
cameras.
happen to him, if something does happen to him in the coming months this year, then hey, they're after him, definitely after him, and he definitely has some information that could compromise the what is it? What is it? The New World Order.
Oh,
That's what it
the
is.
World Order, yeah.
Yeah, the tyranny.
You want to talk about the nightmare bacteria outbreak?
If we got time, what time is it? 9:43.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah, we got time. Okay, yep. Want me to go ahead and read this or?
Yeah, you can read it.
Okay. The nightmare bacteria outbreak. Yes, you guys probably heard of it. A large outbreak of this so-called the nightmare bacteria has infected at least 44 people in Illinois over a year, most notably in a hospital in the Chicago suburbs. This bug, referred to as the nightmare bacteria, which is also known as carbapenem-resistant enterobacteriaceae, whatever. I don't. That's a long one there. Or let's just call it CRE. Carries a rare enzyme that breaks down antibiotics, which is very bad. I mean, any type of bug that has an enzyme that can break down antibiotics, I mean, yeah, there's definitely a cause for concern with that. And that's what I say actually right here. This so-called nightmare bacteria is, or excuse me, let me start that over. This so-called nightmare bacteria, or superbug, mainly lives in the intestines and is part of a large string of bacteria, which is spread via fecal matter. Now, a medical officer with the CDC notes that only 97 cases of this infection has been reported to the agency since 2009. So, this superbug isn't anything to panic over. Well, not just yet. So if you happen to live in an area where there has been an outbreak of this superbug, I would advise you to take precautions when using public restrooms. Be sure to use antibacterial wipes before using a public toilet, and always, always wash your hands thoroughly, kids. So what do you make on this outbreak, Cole?
I'm not sure if it's the same one I heard Alex Jones talking about, but I know
it's
Alex
able
Jones
to
talking
break
about it.
down antibiotics.
That's not a good thing, especially
That's not. Whenever you get a bug or a flu or some type of bacteria infection, you get antibiotics.
Yeah.
This breaks it down. So it's like you're fighting a losing battle.
It gets natural remedies, but
Yeah, you're fighting a losing battle. Well, hey, that's not going to give the big corporates money if you get a natural remedy.
Natural remedies? Oh,
oh, never heard of that. No, there's bad stuff in those natural remedies.
Oh yeah, it's bad stuff. Doesn't cause you cancer, so it's not good.
Yeah. That was a good one. So if you guys have any family members or anybody in Illinois or has had this bacteria, please write down in the comments. I'm not sure. Even some of the doctors, like there were some of the information I read on this, they're kind of skeptical and not sure the signs of it. They're not sure, of certain things and certain key things about this bacteria, like the signs and stuff like that. Like they're just rambling on about all this different stuff. They don't give you the signs of this.
I've never seen this before.
Yeah, like this is pretty rare, and it's scary that there was an outbreak in Illinois in a hospital in Chicago.
That's usually where these outbreaks happen, is in hospitals.
Yeah, in Chicago, but Chicago is a big freaking city.
A lot of people go through it too. So.
Yeah, there you go. And so it's going to spread. It's going to spread. It's going to spread. And I think it's just a matter of time before we hear more about this nightmare bacteria. I just wanted to talk to you guys about it. It's also known as CRE, or carbapenem-resistant enterobacteriaceae.
Yeah,
whatever.
nobody can pronounce it, but it's not good for you.
It's just not good for you. Take my word. Yeah.
The
Anything that breaks down antibiotics is not good for you.
Yeah, that's the scary part, especially since that's the only thing you can get. Anything else you want to say on that? Other than it'll probably kill you?
Wash your hands and use that antibacterial soap and also Clorox wipes whenever you go to a public restroom. Any restroom for that matter. So yeah, that's what I got to say on it.
Hey, moving on to our last article, the solution to our out-of-control police, which actually is titled this video too.
Finally!
Protecting and serving. Words of the past, it seems. Today, the police are more about terrorizing, bullying, and killing for no reason. The police of Canada and the United States are out of control. The same applies for much of the world. Yes, I understand there are still good cops out there, and I admit that quite often. There are still good cops out there doing their job, protecting and serving every day. But it seems as if the bad cops outnumber the good cops these days. The biggest problem is no one's doing anything about it, especially our wonderful government. Over the past few months, I've reported on many police-related stories. Of course, we've covered them right here in the live stream. Stories such as the police shooting a mentally ill man because he dared stand still, police terrorizing a family over an orange cone on the road, the militarization of America's police, tasing a man for 42 seconds straight, and many other stories. In the case of the mentally ill man, the police tried to justify their actions by falsely reporting what had happened, and the officer would have gotten away with senselessly shooting the man if it weren't for a neighbor's security camera. The story that really, struck a note with me, and I haven't really forgotten that one, and it's a prime example of how the police are out of control, although the officer in that particular case was exposed as lying scum. And how many times has it gone unnoticed? How many have been injured or killed for no reason at the hands of the police? Now, if you don't think we have a problem with police in both of these great nations, there is something seriously wrong with you. Do the research. The police have seemingly abandoned the ideal of protecting and serving for beating the shit out of you, killing, lying, and so on. Maybe the new motto ought to be protecting and serving the shit out of you. Solving the police misconduct problem is fairly somewhat simple. Now, many of these people are power-hungry individuals who get off on having too much power, which leads them into abusing the powers they get when they eventually become a police officer. What they simply need to do is weed out these people in the recruiting process.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
Just don't just tell us you do it and then not do it in the background. Actually do it.
There you go.
And if they do say they're actually doing it, if they're currently doing it, it's obviously not working very well. Oh, and they get past all of that, when they do something completely out of line, don't let them come back to the job.
Oh yeah, yeah. There you go. Oh, you can go home, but we're gonna pay you.
Secondly, there needs to be real accountability. A lot of these lawsuits against police, guess who ends up paying the price for them? The good old taxpayers. I guarantee there'd be a lot less police misconduct if police officers had to face real consequences and had to pay large fines.
Absolutely.
And of course, as well, somebody needs to police the police. Chances are, you may, or maybe not,
The citizens.
the readers of this site, chances are you may think having another government organization watch over them is a wonderful idea. Wrong. Having government watch over government has obvious issues. The people need to keep an eye on the police, and let their superiors know about misconduct and blah blah blah. Got video of police misconduct, post it, share it with the world, get the word out there.
Send it to us, News in General.
Do whatever possible to get the word out about your experience with police misconduct. Video evidence is key to exposing police misconduct. Let local government know, because we still do have some power in government, but we do have to utilize it. Yes, I know this already occurs, but it needs to happen on a much larger scale. Most of us don't have the time to do it, but maybe we ought to make time to do it. The police work for the people in the end, so maybe it's time that people kept a closer eye on them instead of brushing off stories of police misconduct. And third of all, we did touch on this a little bit earlier, stop giving them more power. The militarization of police has to stop. Giving an out-of-control system more power has much more potential to be a disaster. Think about this, I just thought of this. Imagine yourself in Nazi Germany, and let's say you understand it's a bad system. Does it make any sense to give them more power to terrorize you and the world?
Oh, fuck no.
There you go.
I mean, how stupid can you get? You must be brainwashed.
Yeah, yes, in rare cases, giving them more power could help, but in terms of military equipment. But most of this military equipment doesn't belong in the hands of police.
And it's used on you.
Yeah, who are already known to abuse their powers. If it's made for war, it doesn't belong in any street in Canada or the United States. Do either countries look like war zones? No, so there shouldn't be military equipment on the streets.
There you go.
Even the wonderful Obama said weapons of war have
be
no
careful,
place on
Cole.
our streets. Now, Obama should step up to the plate and end the government program that allows military to give equipment to police departments in the United States. Obama ought to stick to his word, although he seems to have a tough time doing that.
Yeah.
And here's a statistic that should get you thinking. I guess I actually, my number was a little higher than it should have been. 4,489 soldiers have been killed in the Iraq War. The number of Americans killed by police in the last decade is over 5,000.
Over 5,000, so.
Over 5,000, yes.
That's an estimate.
Yeah, those should be some startling numbers for you. Oh, and the terrorists that get the government is always telling us they're so dangerous. Um, oh, well, no, I got the 30, the 17 from. Sorry, they've killed 238 Americans. I messed
230.
up
Yeah.
earlier. Still
Well,
pretty
that's
low.
okay. That's pretty low, exactly.
Since the 9/11 attacks. So let's get this straight. You are more likely to be killed by police than terrorists. And the number killed in the Iraq War is lower than the number killed by police in the last decade. Sounds like something might be wrong yet? The way I see things, is we have a huge problem. The police are under control. They do what they want and get away with too much. A badge and a gun seems to give them way too much power. Things must change. Some may disagree with me, criticize me for my views, but what I discussed above is the way I see things. My
Exactly.
solutions may not completely solve the problem, but I believe they could create a huge dent in the problem. It would be a huge step in the right direction. Like I said at the beginning, whatever happened to protecting and serving? And to all the good cops out there, thank you. We need more like you.
Good, good, good. Yes, I totally agree with everything that Cole said. The citizens are the people that should be controlling or overseeing the police actions. Not the government. Not the government.
Like
You know.
government watching government.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
other
Yeah.
government's doing bad. Oh well.
And for people out there that say, oh, we need to, you know, give all these weapons and these tanks and so on to take control of all the gangs on the streets.
Mhm.
They're shooting with automatic weapons. I mean, we got
But
bulletproof vests. We got
Yeah.
bulletproof windows, vehicles, and other type of things that can take care of that. Not a big ass
think about this.
monster truck, basically, full of armor
Yeah,
with a 50 caliber on there. What is he gonna take out? He's gonna take out everybody in the freaking neighborhood. He's not only gonna kill the
gangs can
gang members, but
understand-
the neighborhood.
Yeah. Gangs can be dangerous, but name me one gang that has a bunch of tanks in their arsenal.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
I don't know of it. I don't think any gang has.
And-
tanks.
and-
Yes, they
and-
got guns. Yes, they got.
When's the
Powerful
last
guns.
when's the last time like I haven't heard of a gang incident, like a big gang incident, in a while.
And how
Like, in
often
a while.
do the gang members get all together and number up on the police?
Oh yeah. Well,
Like,
that's what's
with
scary
big
about that, because
tanks?
all the gangs.
and rocket-propelled grenades.
But that's kind of scary. Imagine all the gangs like combining forces and
Mhm.
just taking on the police. That's kind of scary though.
I can.
Because there's
see
a
that
lot of
happening.
gangs out there. There's a lot of gang members out there.
I can see that in Detroit.
That's scary. Yeah,
Detroit, I can see it.
that's scary. But that's hopefully never gonna happen.
Oh,
Uh, But what the thing is when we disagree with the police, or when we talk like we're talking now, we're labeled as terrorists. We're labeled as
Yes.
you know they need to come after us because we said this or we said that, or we agree. Freedom of speech. We say how we feel and what we think and try to share it with others. But yeah, we're terrorists for that.
You
So
have
how is that freedom of speech?
Yeah, you have freedom of speech, Jason, as long as it's a favorable opinion.
There you go. There you
And
go.
something else you just reminded me.
I'm not a politician. I don't need that. You
You're
know.
a real person. You see, that's not good.
Oh man.
But I was seeing this on the TV. Now, I guess I'm going to ask you this question. It's a little unrelated to this, but
Yeah, that's
see,
right.
Imagine yourself living in Canada. Who
Okay.
do you think dictates whether you can fly on a plane or not? The Canadian government, by chance, or somebody else?
Most likely the Canadian government, where this everything's going on.
You'd think the Canadian government, but incorrect. A guy who was falsely accused of doing something, I don't remember which province, down east. Eventually, the RCMP cleared him of everything, and the Canadian government recognizes that he has never done anything wrong in his life, has no criminal record, and it was just false allegations, and he was cleared of that, right?
Yep.
And the United States government says he cannot fly, and he cannot fly, even though the Canadian
United
government
States
says he can.
government says that.
He's flying to some Middle Eastern country. U.S. says no, can't fly. You're not going to the U.S., but you can't fly anyways.
Wait. He's Canadian, right?
Yes, he's Canadian citizen living in Canada.
So the U.S. tells Canada what to do. That's where you're going with this.
Not necessarily. Our government says it's out of our hands. We can't do anything about it. It's up to the U.S.
What?
now.
So basically, you're telling me that the U.S. has combined the government with Canada's government.
No, I don't think that they've done that. I'm just saying they have way more control than a lot of other governments. Think about it.
Then them Canadians are scared of the old
Think
U.S.
about it,
government,
though.
ain't
The
they?
Canadian government says yes, you can fly. Nothing
That's
wrong
insane.
with that. U.S.
That's
government says no, you cannot fly. You're not going to the U.S., but you cannot fly.
What in the hell? That's. I'm glad you brought this up. I mean, even if that's good.
You
That's
have
good to
nothing to
bring
do
up.
with the United States, but Homeland Security.
So
You
I wonder
cannot
what would
fly.
happen. I wonder what would happen to other countries. And well,
I
wait,
know.
is he gonna fly over the United States? Like, would he be flying over the
I don't
United
think
States?
he's going through the U.S. really at all.
Okay, so there shouldn't be no
There
problem with
shouldn't be a
the.
problem. Yeah, as long as
Well,
he avoids the U.S., there shouldn't be a problem. But no, he's saying no, he can't fly anywhere in the world.
I'm pulling my hair out right now. Okay, I'm pulling
And
my hair out.
I just realized something. They didn't mention this on TV, but a recent map that came out of Homeland Security, which is who said this to this guy, um, considers Canada and Mexico as the homeland. So maybe that's part of the problem.
Yeah, maybe
He
that's part of it.
considers
Oh, what the
like
hell?
most of North America as the homeland.
Hang on a second.
So just imagine that, Jason. So you imagine yourself as a Canadian citizen living in Canada, and who was falsely somebody made false allegations
Yeah,
about you, and the RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, who did the investigation, said, "Yep, you're clear. You did
good
nothing
to go.
wrong." The Canadian government acknowledges that, says, "Yep, you've done nothing wrong. You can fly, you can do whatever you want." And the U.S. says, "No, you're stuck in Canada. You cannot leave the country of Canada."
I what? Wait,
He's stuck in Canada. The
you
guy is
can't,
stuck in Canada.
he can't
He
even get
can't
on a
fly
boat?
anywhere.
He can't get on a boat, though? On a ship?
He cannot go anywhere. He is stuck in this country. If he wants to fly, he's stuck here.
Are you? But he can get on a boat and go.
Yeah, it takes him like a few weeks to get where he's going.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would do right there. I'd say fuck this. I'm getting on a boat because
But if you want to fly, Jason, you're not
the
allowed
closer
to.
you are to the U.S., the worse it's
It
gonna be
doesn't
for you.
matter where in the world you want to go. You can't fly there, according to Homeland Security.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are we like the top dogs or something? Like, do we
And,
control like
in our
Bilderberg Group? The Bilderberg Group.
and
There
our
you go.
government came out and said, you know what?
Alex
We wish
Jones,
we could
Alex
help you.
Jones, we need you to look into this, Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Put your team at work with this
Yes,
because
it was like, you know what? We wish we could help you, but this one's out of our hands. And I guess he submitted some sort of application or something to Homeland Security. And according to our government, the chances of him being removed from the no-fly list
I think it's not
is.
Homeland Security anymore. I think it's Home World Security
Yeah,
or
but
World
I know that's scary, but according to
World
our
Security.
government, the chances of getting off that list, not very likely.
That's scary. That is scary, guys. You heard it right here. A Canadian citizen cannot leave his own country, but Canada says he can.
Yeah,
Canada says he can. The
his
United
own
States
government
says he can.
says, yes, you're allowed.
Yeah.
Foreign government says, no, no, no.
What in the
I guess our government hands over certain documents to the U.S. like that.
Oh yeah, behind closed doors,
Oh, no, they openly do it.
Oh. Well, no, I'm doing other things to where we don't know what's really going on with the government.
Think about it.
Because if the United States can do that to any country, then why can't the other countries do that to the United States too?
Oh, you blow it up, that's why. You're a terrorist.
Yeah, we'd get into a big old war over it. If the United States is not top dog, then we're going to war.
Hey, when the U.S. says they're number one, they mean it, or else they're going to start bombing you.
This is fucking insane, guys. I
That's
live in
right.
the United States. I'm ashamed. Sad to say it. I mean, I wish our founding fathers were here. I wish our founding fathers were here. I wish they could put our government on trial, have a big old open trial, and put our government on trial, and all of our founding fathers be the in
I
there.
could understand the U.S. doing this if this was another state. This isn't the U.S. state, so
This is a whole fucking country.
this is a totally different country. So,
Yeah, a totally different
like our
country.
government said, there's nothing that we can do. It's all up to the Americans now.
I'm about ready to turn my American flag upside down.
So, I guess the government up here, their hands are just tied.
Yeah.
Hope for the best,
Wow.
right? Hope the Americans help you.
Wow. What are you gonna? I feel bad for that dude, man. Wrongly accused, and
Yeah.
he tries to go to a different country and he can't. I mean,
He's totally cleared of all charges,
but not even his country clears him, but other country says no.
as in USA. Yeah,
Yeah, as in fucking stupid USA. Yeah,
number one.
the tyrannical country. Yeah, number one. We're number one. Tyranny number one. Oh God.
It is scary. The police, they're out of control too. Just
It's all gonna blow up soon.
I don't know about that, but the police.
Yeah, no, it is. Cole. take a look at where we're heading. All this stuff with the police, all the stuff in our government, the debt and all that stuff that we're in,
Well,
and then
yeah.
all the jobs that might be lost in the coming years, and then
Yeah.
all the stuff combining into one, and people just getting fed up.
Well, yeah, the debt down there is insane. 17 trillion.
So what do you think it's going to happen in the next 5 years?
I don't know.
A big blow up.
Obviously, that's never going to be able to get paid.
Yeah, obviously
No
not.
way any government, even the U.S., is going to be able to pay back 17
Yeah.
trillion. Some of it's actually Chinese. I think they borrowed some money off of China.
Unless we sell the moon to China or something.
No, we don't. No one owns the moon.
I know. I'm just saying. You know.
The U.S. likes to think they own it.
Exactly. That's what I was referring to.
Um,
We were here first.
You know, when you look at your, obviously you got the Constitution down there and the Bill of Rights.
Shit, fuck that stuff. It's all ripped up by now.
Obviously,
The government's ripped it up.
It states that it's the First Amendment, right? The free speech, right?
Yeah.
Half the time they just kind of, don't acknowledge that, like with the free speech zones.
Oh, what is that? What? I never heard of this. Where'd this come from?
Get to the free speech zone and arrest
Wow,
you.
I'm so clueless.
Really, they arrest
yeah.
you if you don't go to the free speech zone. But if you have a favorable opinion you want to share,
I would.
share it wherever you want.
I would bring the Constitution with me, like a copy of it or whatever, and I'd bring it to one of those free speech zones and go there and show them, hey, this isn't free speech when you're confining us. We're not cattle. I mean, we're not cattle. You don't corral us into like a little zone and keep us there.
Yeah, I know, but there's one of these in Canada too. I guess.
Uh-oh.
I believe it may have been Bilderberg related though.
Oh, Bilderberg, yeah.
But here's the
That's why I'm saying
part.
they're controlling the world.
But
they're behind the home world security. They're behind everything.
And here's the interesting part about our version of the free speech zones. It was an optional thing. You didn't have to use it, and they wouldn't arrest you if you didn't use it.
Optional, because it's in Canada. That's why it's optional.
It's there if you want to use it. If you don't, well, fine, fair enough.
Guys, I just want to pull my covers over my head and just.
The Philippines has those too, and they call them freedom parks.
Freedom, what? Freedom of what?
They should be oppression parks.
Oppression parks. I was about to say.
Like, your free speech is allowed in that park, where nobody's going to see you, of course.
I tell you what, man.
It's the police.
I hate sometimes I hate writing some of these articles. I hate reading some of these articles that you write because it's upsetting.
Well,
your own country's doing this.
Let's take a look at this. Police, scary. And that's North America wide and probably worldwide. Police are scary, terrifying because they're bags to thugs, most of them, not all.
Military against police.
Yeah, and then
I wonder how that would turn out.
An out-of-control government, a wonderful Obama in the U.S. They can't keep.
Take it easy, Cole. Take it easy there. Settle down now.
The one thing that I really hate is where he goes, and this was right after I believe the shooting there in Newtown, where he's like, "Weapons of war do not belong in our streets," in reference to like big semi-auto guns.
Yeah.
And but so you don't want semi-automatic guns.
But you want tanks.
But you want big fucking tanks. That makes no sense.
This is the change Obama was talking about. This was the change. We're going to have tanks everywhere.
So you can't have semi-automatic guns.
But you can have big-ass tanks. The police can have big-ass tanks.
That could probably mow down your house.
That's where I'm thinking, something's going to go down, and that's why they're preparing for all this stuff, buying up all of that ammo that I heard about, the hollow point shells.
They have like 2 billion bullets.
Yeah, buying up all that, buying all types of underground bunkers and getting them built as well. I mean, there's something going down. All this evidence laid out before us since 2002 on.
Well,
it's completely.
A lot of this stuff has been going on for even longer.
Yeah.
Freedom Park I mentioned. Not Freedom Park, the oppression zone.
Oppression Park, yeah.
Those have been around since the 60s.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the stuff that since 2002 has got me more to believe that we're heading into something major. Whether it be an uprising or.
When you look at the September 11, 2001 attacks, at face value, yes, it's terrible what happened.
Exactly, terrible.
A lot of people lost their lives that day. Really sad what happened. But then you look at who benefited from that. I watched the video. Guess who didn't benefit? The terrorists that supposedly did it. The terrorists that supposedly did it did not benefit in any way whatsoever.
No.
Bin Laden, he got killed.
The government benefit, the corporations
But the
benefited from it
government
because the
benefited.
cleanup crews, all the cleanup
Yeah.
crews, all that money
The
sent out to
owner
them.
of the building benefited too because he, I guess the building kind of changed hands very not too long before this all went down. And
Yeah.
guess what he managed to get in his insurance plan?
What's that?
Protection against terrorist attacks.
Oh yeah, let's get that
And
in there.
he wanted $7 billion after this all went down. Yeah, I think he got like $2 billion in the end.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I guess
the other people got the rest.
and here's another interesting part. Since removing the asbestos that was in the towers, I guess would have cost them $2 billion. And demolition, well, according to the New York Port Authority, they couldn't just knock it down like any other building. They blow it up and it just falls straight down, right?
That's interesting.
That's how you would most buildings. But they
Yeah.
said no, you'd have to dismantle it floor by floor if you wanted to demolish it.
Whoa, Cole! There you go, floor by floor. And what did we see? Where did we see?
So instead of doing that, but no, they would have had to actually take the time. This would have probably taken weeks.
Yeah.
A very long time. So what do? They fly an airplane into it.
What did we see? What did we see when the towers went down, guys?
Well,
Did we
actually,
see- did we
if you
see-
watch the video, there's a lot of flashes.
Did you see, like it tipping over?
Another interesting thing is
Boom,
too,
boom, 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 boom. I seen boom, boom, boom.
there was
That's what I see.
I guess like a janitor type thing in
That
the
is insane.
basement of the building, like as far down as you go. And I guess he heard this explosion, right?
Yeah.
And he thought, oh, a generator blew. But then he heard multiple explosions. At first he thought it was a generator that blew up. But he says he heard more than one explosion.
Where's this guy now? I wonder.
I don't know, it's a good question.
Wow, guys.
He was a janitor at the in one of the buildings.
Yeah, I never heard it. Where'd you find this one at? I never heard
It
that
was a
one.
video from some conspiracy page.
Okay, yeah. Was
And-
it like a verified? Was he like? Did they have information?
Well,
Or did he just say, "Oh, I'm a janitor and this is what happened"?
I think there was a fair bit to it. And you know what? It's scary though, because like I said, the only ones that didn't benefit were the terrorists.
Or the terrorists.
Actually, after they passed a plan too. There was some sort of plan that was published just a year or two before all that went down. That said, unless there was something along the lines of Pearl Harbor, they hang on a second.
Honestly, guys,
But,
for me,
but
oh,
they said unless something along the lines of Pearl Harbor would happen, this
Yeah.
plan they had couldn't be implemented for many, many years. As soon as the planes hit the towers, it was immediately implemented.
implemented exactly.
No
Guys,
questions asked. Just do it, do it, do it.
Guys.
The terrorists, I tell you, the terrorists. So
come on, guys. If you're asleep and you don't realize what's all going on, the evidence is laid out before you. It's smacking you right in the damn face.
and
You're still saying yes. The police need more guns and tanks and this and that. And
let's turn the police into in the military. And you look at it too as well at the what happened at the Pentagon. First of all, the plane conveniently hit the only part of the building that was reinforced for something like that, and conveniently where a bunch of files were stored that of course had a bunch of debt and all that. And of course, a bunch of debt disappeared after that.
oh, exactly. There you
And
go.
of course, there was a press conference about that just the day before. Nobody's spoken about that since. Because of
Okay.
the tragic things that happened just right after. And here's another interesting fact: the planes allegedly hit the ground and slid into the building. Right?
Yeah.
Look at the grass right before the building. Not a thing wrong with it. There's no marks. There's no trail. There's nothing. The grass
Wow.
just
That's
before
Where'd
where
you
the
come up with
plane-
that idea? Oh, I
where
just
the
got a
plane-
weird feeling.
where the plane allegedly slid on the grass and into the building. You look at any other plane that's hit the ground and slid. What do you see?
Yeah.
A big trail behind it.
Exactly.
You look at
Exactly.
this,
Hell, even that movie Flight with Denzel Washington. The plane going down. There was a big old trail in that, and that's a movie.
and that's realistic. And of course, in this case too, they said we could not find any parts of the plane. The fire was so hot it disintegrated the plane, but we can still identify people. That makes no sense.
It can
You have a fire
can,
hot enough to destroy an
This-
entire plane to the point where there's no trace of it left.
exactly.
But you can still identify people.
That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, and the surveillance footage of what happened? I guess
You
the
know what it
FBI
is?
was
You know
all
what
over
it is? It's all that preservatives we eat. That's what it is.
The But the FBI came down, confiscated all the surveillance video from nearby businesses, and
What
what did
happened
they
to it?
release? They released 5 frames that don't even show
Oh.
an airplane.
All right. Could I address one thing real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I believe Mark Hyder wants to know. It's unrelated, but that's okay. Mark Hyder wants to know if it's better to buy anti-malware programs, or is it okay to use the trial versions, or just the free versions? For
Uh,
me, if you buy an anti-malware program, you get real-time protection. Sometimes if you use the free program, they don't have real time. Meaning if somebody was to well, or if there was a site or something malicious was able to auto run in the background, it wouldn't be protected because you have the free version. If you have the paid version of the antivirus or malware, whatever, then it'll stop that program from running. That's real time protection. In the real time protection,
hey, Jake,
it'll allow the program to download, but it won't allow it to execute. Yeah, you're right.
so where were we?
Oh yeah, we were at the real gushy stuff. We were talking about forget what we were talking about.
See, that's my point.
Yeah, damn it. Sorry, Hyder. But yeah, next time I can't answer unrelated events and topics in a live show. I
But yeah,
apologize for that.
yeah, 9/11 is a lot of questions.
Yeah, but the thing is there's too much questions to
Too many, yeah.
yeah, there's too many questions.
You look at it and you wonder, they even analyze the footage that all the big media had out, and you have to question whether there was even a plane.
Exactly. That's what the people need to do. See, all those people out there, oh, I can't believe you're saying that about 9/11. All those people dying. Yeah, it was sad. But go back and look at the video footage. Go back and look at the evidence. Go and look at the debt that was hidden.
That same
Go
video.
look back at all that. Okay, and then come to me and tell me what you think. Okay, don't sit there and say, oh, I'm an asshole for talking about this and assuming this. Go back and do the research for yourself. Okay,
In the
go
same
back and
video,
look at it, and then come to me.
in the same video too, they mention, I guess some university says that the type of steel that was used in constructing the World Trade Center should not have melted at the temperature the fire was.
Yeah. I think that was on a conspiracy theories of Jesse Ventura video.
So they said it shouldn't have
I
melted.
watched that. Yeah, it wasn't hot enough to melt.
So
Didn't burn.
but it not only melted, and this was further up in the building. The whole thing came down. And you see these bright flashes in the building, and then it comes down. Well, isn't that interesting? If you watch the videos, you see that. You see these bright flashes.
Every building that I've seen, even in movies, every building I've seen in movies, even in real life that have toppled down, not being controlled explosives, it would just blow over or not blow over, but it would just tumble down. It would lean. Okay, both of these buildings,
all
went
the buildings that came down that day came straight down.
it's straight down. And not only that, but also Building 7 that came down. That was
Actually,
definitely
that's a mystery. to a lot of
You
people,
see that building? You see the
Building 7,
explosion?
it just fucking fell down on its own.
I know.
Nobody
There was
knows what
no
happened.
yeah. There was like no material or debris on top of it. There was no buildings falling on it. It wasn't on fire. I don't believe.
There was no fire. There was nothing.
Yeah.
It just magically collapsed on its own.
Exactly. And what's
How
funny
does
about
that
it,
happen?
not only that, but some of the reporters were saying, "Oh, we just heard Building 7's been destroyed." You see Building 7 right in the damn background of the damn reporter.
A few hours later on BBC, they got the reporter talking, "Oh, it's Building 7 in the background." After they told us it was already gone.
So they probably got the news. Hey, we're gonna blow up Building 7, or Building 7's been blown up. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or if it was an older background on a green screen.
That's a good thing right there. Idea there. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, Building 7. Nobody knows why it came down. All the researchers and I said the building should have continued to stand.
Yeah.
It just kind of fell for no reason on its own.
You know what it was all about, Cole?
No plane hit it.
What was it all about, Cole?
What do you think? Money?
Yeah. I always think it's money. It's always about money.
But now Building 7, it's a total mystery to everybody.
I need to get a recording. I need to get a recording of me saying it's always about money, and then just play it every time one of these stories
like
come
I
up.
said, it just collapsed on its own for no reason.
Yeah, there's something fishy going on. And if you're too,
Like at least with the towers,
yeah,
at least there's something that hit them. You know, Building 7, it just kind of fell for no reason.
if you honestly care, I have a problem with this because I got some backlash and I had to delete some of the comments from people. But people, when I was talking about this a while ago, people would comment back and say stuff about me and kind of
Well,
a personal attack.
yeah, well,
Just because I'm talking about it possibly happening or trying to explain my opinion, they attack you saying, oh, you hate the
yeah.
United
What
States, you're not an
happens? No,
American,
what
blah blah
happens
blah.
is a lot when you talk about 9/11 is they're like you're disgracing those who died.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that. I'm just trying to find out what happened. I'm trying to find out the facts, and the facts is something fishy happened.
Well, it's
And
not sad. I don't want to
and
tell you that.
you're not American if you don't go back and look at the facts and look at the evidence.
Like, yeah, sure, you can take what they
Look at the
video
video.
that day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, there you go. That's the
And,
dumbed down American. That's what we call the dumbed down American, Cole. The
you
dumbed
know,
down American will go to CNN and that's his news. Oh yeah. Oh my God.
CNN wasn't that bad at one point, I guess, to an extent, but
Mhm.
today it's really going downhill.
Oh yeah, that's because the economy's going downhill. So they need to side with the government so the government could give them more money and bail them out when they need help.
Yeah, but scary world out there, right?
Yeah, scary world, guys. It's not only happening in the United States. It's probably happening in other countries. There's worse things happening in other countries. Middle East. So
Oh yeah, you got that. But
yeah.
I'm sure the Middle East has its problems. Here
Oh
in
yeah.
America, in North America, we have out of control police, out of control government.
Yep.
The government is scary. Terrorist attacks that may not have been terrorist attacks in the first place.
Exactly.
But
That's
like
crazy.
I said, the biggest thing is the terrorists didn't benefit from it,
No.
but everybody else did. Even the oil companies benefited from it.
Yeah. Hell yeah, they did. All that money being flowed back into it.
And of course, the U.S. government benefited by having a plane flown into, or at least a plane flown into the Pentagon because a bunch of debt magically disappeared that day.
I'm
Other things
just.
magically disappeared that day too.
What it did?
Yeah, all those files and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, the flight
That was
93.
the Pentagon. That was the Pentagon, wasn't it?
Yeah, and flight 93. Some people claim, and they've seen where the plane allegedly hit. There's a hole. There's no plane.
I'm not sure if a plane going straight down that at a good amount of speed, 400 or 500 miles an hour, maybe more, would be able to disintegrate every little piece. Like, was there pieces or?
No,
I mean, I
it's
seen the footage. I seen the footage, but
you look at any other plane.
there was smoke and there was like
when
a
it hits
big
the ground,
round, like big old
apparently
hole.
there's another plane crash that same day in a different city. But no. Some people claim that the plane safely landed at a different airport.
Really?
Yeah, but interesting is you look at any other case where a plane dives straight into the ground. Yes, there isn't much left of the plane, but you still find parts of the plane.
Yeah, burning rubble
Not
and
much
stuff.
left,
Yeah.
but there's still small little pieces of it.
So wow, because I see this was a while ago. I haven't watched a video of that the scene there. I haven't watched a video of that, but man, to think of that, man. There's something going on. That's all I can say. What am I gonna do?
Well, but back to the police.
I can't make everyone do something they're not gonna do.
Mhm.
They're too dumbed down to do it. They're too brainwashed to go against the government and think that they're capable of that.
Well, yeah, but back to the police thing. More after everything is under control, especially the police. They're more likely to be killed by a police officer than a terrorist. So, who should we be more concerned about?
Exactly.
Terrorists. That's me. They're not concerned.
Exactly.
But I think that we should probably wrap it up now. We're actually over.
We're over in an hour?
Yeah,
oh yeah, hour and a half.
Yeah, we got into 9/11.
Oh boy. All right, guys. Yeah, apologies for that. Hopefully you found it informative and enjoyable. So yeah. You got anything else to say, Cole?
Other than that, that's it for this live stream. You can join us next week at 9 p.m. Eastern. Probably have some newer articles up by then. But you can follow us on Twitter at News in General. And if you want to become a writer, like Jason said, you can contact us. Of course, you can contact us on Twitter. You can email us at futuretechidea albequrque13@gmail.com. That it?
Yes, sir.
There we go. And that's about it for this live stream, and we'll see you next week.
Peace. You know, he could run away. I mean, you
But
have
like
no,
I
you
said,
have no,
that
there's
makes
no
him look
law. There's no,
suspicious, though.
yeah, it does.
See?
But there's no law saying when a cop approaches you, you have to stay put right there and don't move. You can do
Yeah,
whatever the hell you want to.
But no. But it's still common knowledge you shouldn't run from them.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah, it's common knowledge. Don't
You
run
run
from them.
from them, you do look suspicious.
Yeah. Next thing you know, freaking don't talk back, don't cuss at them. I think some cops arrest people for cussing at them. Actually,
Oh, yeah,
I've heard stories of that.
They'll
I've heard
arrest
stories
you
of that.
if you look at them the wrong way.
Yeah, I heard stories of that. But it's not illegal to cuss at a cop and call him names. It's not illegal to do that. Unless if you're gonna say I'm trying to kill you or something like that. Yeah, then there you go.
But hey, you know, I think they could have.
They could have totally, yeah.
They could have knocked on the door.
You got a cone out here. I'm gonna beat you with a baton and spray pepper spray all over, and then kill your bird and say fuck.
Throw you out of the way, kill your pet bird. Say fuck the bird, you know, because police. Remember this that badge. They think it grants them extra rights.
Exactly. I really want to mention this because I just met this new YouTuber. He is actually a MP, a military police officer, I believe. His wife is serving in Iraq right now, or Afghanistan, I think it was, and he was in the service as well, and he's going to retire next year. But anyways, besides the point, he totally disagrees with what the police are doing. He believes that they're being militarized. The police are being militarized, and this is inside. This is a guy who was in the military, so and his wife is as well. He's sitting there telling you guys this, telling me this. So I just want to give a big shout out to him in the show. I know it's kind of weird, but Brayhawk Tech, really cool guy, and hopefully we could get him on the show sometime.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think the police did overreact in this one.
Get his opinion, but also I think the thing is military police can't, or anyone in the military, they can't talk about certain things to the public or whatever. You know, they have different things on freedom of speech and stuff. They can't say what they really want to say, basically.
I'm not sure about that, but yeah, you know, in this case, the police could have reacted totally different. Yeah,
he would definitely have something to say on this, man, because.
Welcome back to another News in General live stream, and tonight we're joined with Jason Goyette and myself, Cole Trooper. We got a bunch of things to talk about tonight, like how the police warrantly barged into a home and killed a pet bird, a solution to the police, Down Control Police, and much more. So, Jason, you got anything to say?
Oh, man. Yeah, we got some announcements first. Not really announcements. I just want to discuss before we get into the topics. Basically, where I want News in General to be within this year, like where I want to what do I want to accomplish, and I wrote them down here. There's only 3. I'm sure Cole has some as well, and he'll probably agree with some of these things here. Number 1 is get more writers, reporters, and team members, whether it's guest articles or a full-time writer. If you'd like to know what the requirements are to be either. Just message us or email us at futuretechideas13@gmail.com. That is futuretechideas, all one word, 13@gmail.com. Number 2 would be to invest in more advertising. And number 3 is find sponsors and investors for the website and the show so we can provide better content and not only build our following, but also that of the sponsors and investors. So with that being said, do you agree with all those, Cole? Do you think that's a good target for News in General?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into the first article, I believe.
All right about now. So police warrantlessly barge into home and kill pet bird. Found in New York. Evelyn Lugo, who's 57, was enjoying a Labor Day barbecue in 2012 before the police came in, crashed the party, and killed the family's pet bird. Lugo's son was taking the trash outside when he was stopped and questioned by police. The police wanted to know about an orange cone that had been placed in front of the house on the street. It had been placed there to reserve a parking space. The police wanted to see his identification. He refused, saying that he had done nothing wrong.
I mean, but
they started smashing windows.
What? Over a damn cone?
Because he ran away from officers. They started smashing windows. They, like I said, threw the mother out of the way when she opened the door.
That's why I said sue. Lawsuit.
Yeah, and there is a lawsuit. And they probably will win, you know. after all that. Like, they came there and terrorized a family over orange cone. Oh, great job, man.
Exactly. Oh
Protecting and
fuck.
serving right there. This is bad.
It's ridiculous.
They
I
were
mean,
just enjoying a barbecue, and the
there you
police
go.
come down and they put an end to that.
Man, New York, New York. What are you gonna do?
There you go. But moving on to, oh wait, this is iPad. But
Everything all
anything
right?
else you want to say on that?
Uh, Fucked up situation.
There you go. How would you feel if you were terrorized by police because you dared put an orange cone
First
up?
thing, this probably wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have ran if this happened to me.
No.
I
But
mean, I wouldn't have
how are
ran
police even there for that?
for a cone in the
That doesn't
road.
sound like a police
No,
matter.
they come with freaking SWAT gear on. You got a cone in your driveway. I'm gonna freaking bash in your house, and yeah,
I
you got
it
nothing
doesn't.
better to do.
I don't think it's even a police matter. It doesn't
No,
care.
no.
What kind of
Now, what
bylaw
type of
officers
cone
down
was
here?
it? Just like a construction cone, like
Yeah, that's something a little
reserving
bylaw.
it for a
Yeah,
parking space? I think you said he was.
just on the road. It's
Yeah.
nothing. Not really bothering anyone.
These cops were looking for something. They were out searching. They had to have been because to arrest somebody and burst in their house and kill their bird and all that crap that they've done, just for over a damn cone, just because the
Yeah.
kid ran away too. Like he ran away. Yeah. How old was he? Was he in his teens? I think you said.
I'm not sure. He might have
'Cause
been.
he obviously has, he lives with his mom and stuff and his sister there,
Yeah.
so he might be a younger kid, so he probably panicked. Yeah,
Well, most people, a lot of people panic. Think about it. When was
exactly.
the last, like, how often do you feel safe with the police?
To look to see if this guy was doing the right thing with killing the bird and then throwing all these people around. One of them has asthma
Mm-hmm.
and spraying pepper spray. I mean, hitting with batons, head
It's
trauma. We've got head injuries here as well.
Well, from what we know, I think the police could have handled this whole
Oh
thing a
yeah,
lot differently. Because
I,
remember, all they were there because of an orange cone.
yeah. Whoop de
Not
freaking
because
do.
these were criminals, not because this was some big gang,
Yeah.
because it was an orange cone on the road to reserve a parking spot.
What the hell justifies that? How do they have
So
the right to go
it's not
and search
really a
the house?
crime, so why did they even need to see identification?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, the kid's gonna run and get scared. Why the cops here? Maybe he's has a little gram of marijuana or whatever, and he might be afraid of that. But
I'd
for
say.
them to go through all this crap, I mean, get beaten with a baton, getting pepper sprayed, and your sister or your daughter has asthma, and killing your the probably I bet it was a mother's bird too, killing the mother's
I
bird
believe it
most
was,
likely.
yeah.
Yeah, because my mom has a bird too, so that's why I said that. Um, that is insane. I think there should be an investigation. I think these people should sue. I think they should try to sue them for the bird, loss of the
Well,
bird,
I'm reading here on the internet.
and the head
Apparently,
injuries as well.
apparently you don't have to show ID to a police officer in New York.
Yeah. No. There's certain states that you do have to show identification,
Mm-hmm.
but I know New York. I think New York isn't one of them where you don't have to show
What I'm
ID.
seeing here, yeah, no.
Yeah.
So, but even
It,
then,
so
they're
people
smashing
like
it.
I think we talked about this before, Cole. Remember? We
Mhm.
talked about having to show ID with Chris Call.
Yeah, that's right.
Do we have to show ID at all times? And he says in certain states you do, and yeah, that's exactly right. And New York wasn't one of them. So that kid did the right thing. He didn't, he didn't have to show anything. So the cops were there for no reason. A
I
stupid
think
cone, a stupid
the
cone.
only part that I think he made a mistake in is where he ran away from the cops.
Yeah, he ran away, but he was not under any. He was not a suspicious
An
character.
officer grabbed his arm, but he managed to get away and went back to the house. The police weren't too happy with this, and they responded, by smashing the first floor windows of the house and called more officers to the scene. Now, when Lugo, the mother of the mother opened the door to see who was there, the police threw her out of the way and charged into the house, looking for her son, who had refused to give officers his identification. During this warrantless search, an officer knocked down a bird cage, and the bird fell out. And when Lugo seen the bird on the floor, she responded. She screamed, "The bird!" In response, the officer said, "Fuck the bird," and then stepped on the bird, killing it. George Lugo, Lugo's other son, and family friend, Luis Ortega, both suffered head injuries after being struck on the head with batons. Um, And then his daughter suffers from asthma and had difficulty breathing after police used pepper spray. Now, a lawsuit has been filed which alleges unlawful search and seizure, excessive force, and malicious prosecution. Um, Now, I guess maybe he did make a mistake by running from officers, but do
Yep.
you think smashing windows, pepper spraying people, throwing people out of the way, hitting them with batons, and all that was an appropriate response?
Hell no, in my opinion.
Yeah, what do you think of that one, Jason?
Uh, well, like you said, him throwing down the bird, or stepping on the bird cage getting knocked over, that was an accident. But him stepping on it and saying "fuck the bird," that wasn't an accident. He
No,
obviously
you
knew.
have to wonder, like, he says "fuck the bird" and then he steps on the bird, killing it. That may, you have to wonder if that was
Yeah.
an accident.
Did he look down at the bird, see him on the ground, and say "fuck the bird" and then step on him, or was he like "fuck the bird" and then walk around and accidentally stepped on him and killed him?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah.
That's one of the things. Also to note, was the officers, any of the officers, like on administrative leave or paid leave or anything like that for all the stuff that happened with the kids and the other people that was in the house?
Well, when you wrote the article, I don't think anything happened to the officers yet.
Well, do you think there's an investigation at least?
Well, there probably is, with the
I mean,
obviously
hell,
lots
with
of
this
public
article right
investigation.
here, the article that you wrote, there's enough